Video is one of the most powerful forms of online advertising, but there is one feature that is often overlooked. In this video, we are going to be looking at captions or subtitles, why they're so important and why you should definitely be putting them in your videos. We typically see video as an audio and visual form of media, but text and subtitles are becoming ever more important as time goes on. First, let's look at accessibility. Now, it's one of the most important things to consider the reach of your video. And if you're only thinking about how it sounds and how it looks, that reach is going to be lower. Did you know that there are 450 million people worldwide that are hard of hearing? That's 5% of the world's population. So if you're not considering those people when making a video, you're losing 5% right at the start. So it won't be surprising to hear that if people are hard of hearing and there are no subtitles, they will skip almost every time. Secondly, creating a video in English means that you are going to miss out on a huge number of individuals that don't speak English. So with subtitles and text, you can translate it into any language and your reach will simply go up. However, I think the main one to look at is user behaviour. Now, we've all been there. You get your phone out, you open Facebook, and you scroll and you flick and there's videos and you don't stop, because why do you stop to look at a video, right? Now this is reinforced by the fact that 85% of the video shown on Facebook has the sound turned off. So if your video has any sort of audio clue, your video is pointless, no one sees it, or it doesn't hit home, and people skip past it and they forget about it. As an agency, we know how hard it can be to get people's attention on Facebook, so let's not make that any harder. If they can't engage with your video, then put some text in, and at least they can read the subtitles, and if there's interest, that will create interaction, that creates the press, and then actually your audio can kick in and they'll enjoy the whole thing as it was meant to be done in the first place. So a great example of this is when you actually might be lying in bed watching a video, and you're not going to turn the volume on, of course you're not, because your partner may be sleeping. So if your video has text or subtitles, then rather than skip straight past it, they actually watch it and they can still engage with it, even though the circumstance that they're in at that time doesn't allow them to listen. If the video didn't have subtitles, they would just skip past and you would miss that engagement. So number 3, and maybe the most important, search engine optimization for your video. Google is an absolute beast of a machine, but that doesn't mean it has the ability to watch and understand your videos. So sometimes it helps just to give Google a little nudge in the right direction, and you can do that with subtitles. Because if you're adding text and subtitles to your video with a file that I'll go onto in a moment, essentially you're telling Google what's in the video. And if Google understands what's in the video, it is going to increase the likelihood that people will find it when searching off their own backs. Essentially, by adding subtitles to your video, it kind of just gives a script for Google to read, and it makes it a lot easier. So there's no reason not to do it. So the next obvious question is, this is all well and good, but how do we actually do it? So let's just say straight away that there are many, many ways to do this. You can write the whole thing yourself and upload it manually. What we like to do at AM Marketing is use a little friend of ours called YouTube. So if you upload a video to YouTube, you have the ability to go into the options and YouTube will transcribe the entire video based on what it hears, and it takes a lot of the effort out of it. It means that you can sit in YouTube and just make edits to what it thinks is correct. And sometimes those mistakes are brilliantly hilarious, but you can just sit there, make tiny changes, download the file, and it's perfect. Now that file doesn't then need to be uploaded back to YouTube, but you can add it onto other uploads. If you're putting it on Facebook, putting it on your own website, I mean, quite frankly, putting it anywhere, you upload this subtitle file with it, called an SRT, and people can appreciate your videos even if their sound's off. So it's not a case of uploading to YouTube and writing a YouTube script, uploading to Facebook and writing a Facebook script. Our recommendation, the way we do it on YouTube, download that file and use it for every other platform you put it up on. So as I've mentioned, we use something called an SRT file, but there are others available. Much like images, you can have a JPEG or a PNG or something else entirely. We recommend going for SRT, but find out what works for you. As always, if you have any questions at all, just let us know.